push to the high ground, which at this rate could come again in very shortly. Taking down the shrines. Evil Geniuses. What's their plan? They finally get that hood finished up on Arteezy, so at least now he can remain a little alive, but there's so much to go around that. The God Strength from Miracle. Even at this stage, the punch from Kuroki.
I think like Sven right now is just, he's pretty much like a bristleback in that he just does tons of damage and is incredibly difficult to kill. And he's being more of a bristle boss than bristle boss is.
It seems, yeah, you may have complained about the bristleback pickers, but now it's the Necro Sven pickers you've got to be worried about. These guys coming in with the answers, Kuroki with the strats. And now again with the smoke. Heading across, Arteezy is trying to get a break here, farming a big ancient stack, but he may just lose his life and not get anything out of this. Miracle straight up to the high ground, the snowball closing in. Crit will try to TP over to the shrine, but Arteezy's already dead, and now Crit, he's in trouble as well. They'll drag him back with the vacuum, a couple of hits, a crit and a punch, and Crit is gone. They'll take the ancients as well. I don't know, man, this game one of the grand finals of Epicenter, and it's got to feel pretty good for Liquid and pretty bad for Evil Geniuses.
So this fight, they take out the only team fighter that they have immediately at the start, and GH he has Warcry to bump him up, he has the Death Pulse to heal him up, and he also has a Surge. I think he gets all three in the Urn, so there's very little way of killing him. This is just dirty.
I mean, it's straight back into the action in the middle lane. Zai getting caught out at the base. 16.5 minutes in, the melee rack's in trouble. EG, have they got any hopes here, holding with just the four of them? Minimal items that they've been able to build up in comparison to how stacked Liquid's heroes are, and there we have it, the vacuum combo comes through. Universe will try and hold them back, but Crit's already fallen. The Blade Mallet doesn't matter, they just fight through it, take him down as well. Arteezy gets smacked in the face by a hefty uppercut from Kuro, and it's game over. It really is. 17 minutes in, 24-1, an absolute beatdown for Evil Geniuses as Liquid smiles on their face, and absolutely warranted. What a way to start the grand finals for them. An incredible just follow through of the momentum that they've been building up all this tournament.
So let's just take away from that game. Make sure you protect Sumail a little bit better. You have to think twice about giving them Wisp. Those are pretty much the two main things. Maybe first phasing up Bristle also deserves some reconsideration now that Liquid has put out 2 counters on the table.
Yeah, I mean that was just insane, and I mean that's always good news if we're going to see less Bristle. You know, if they consider it as maybe a hero that was, I mean, as weird as it sounds, a little too slow paced for this game. Normally a hero that's great at keeping up, but when a game is over and 17 minutes in, and you know that mid lane is getting countered that hard, what is the plan? I mean, Ben. I mean, it didn't feel like a finals. If that was worse than the show match, Ben. I mean, come on, that was.
That's why we banned Necrophos, dude.
You did.
We did.
You knew.
So
you knew.
At this point, you just have to look forward to the other 3 games that you're looking forward to win, and you have to again secure Sumail's lane and think about how you want to approach the Wisp. That's pretty much the 2 main things that you need to take away from the game. There wasn't much to it. They had 1 kill to 24. They lost 2 of their lanes, I would say. It wasn't the most lane stompy thing except in the mid lane where Sumail just got dumpstered, and then you lost both your towers and your jungle. I actually have no idea how Matama Man took out that T1 tower so fast. I mean, he didn't have a Basilius.
Yeah, he was just on his own pushing away. And do you feel what, EG, how could they have done better in the other game? Was it just a fact that they needed to have
one
Crit
person
and Zai
needs
sitting
to
mid?
Yeah. Well, maybe not Zai, because Koga, I think, is really weak at level 1. Crystal Maiden probably has to, but she probably wanted to get level 2, and Zai probably wanted to deal with the Darkseer, so that lane's not really hard for Bristle. So their resources were spread far too thin. I actually thought they were going to do Clockwork support, because I think Clockwork support would have actually been able to, if they come on you with all these 3 melee heroes, you can just cog them out, and they would have been okay. But yeah, the thing about this kind of loss is it's happened to EG before.
For sure.
In tournament grand finals.
There's no lower bracket here, so maybe this is them kind of trying to offset themselves, you know, just experience the entirety of a lower bracket in a game 1 of the grand finals.
Oh, this is what it feels like.
You know, all right, okay, and now it's time to come back. But I mean, we're not going to see surely again that one-sided again.
No, they just might have to.
That doesn't happen
They might have
twice.
to like take the wisp themselves though. The IO